He's getting Ophelia. So now I believe. Well, let me see if anybody's got skills. Ooh, Barrett can get a skill. Ophelia can get a skill. So I find her next most useful ability is heal more. No Barrick. It's probably a good idea to get my physical defense before I get the more readily targeted. Alright, so he got a support skill, and she got one. All status enhancements last one additional turn. That's actually a pretty good one. I don't think it's very good for your cleric necessarily to have, but it's good for, say, the warrior to have or something like that. Physical attack strength by 70. That's pretty nice at the moment. Oh man. Alright. So our next stop is going to be the hunter. So now we're up to danger level 11 now that I've got a full party. This is the maximum danger level that these pathways between the first 8 villages get. Doesn't get any more difficult than danger level 11.
Flame, protect us!
Woo.
Now, what next?
I don't know what next. Let's see.
How about you?
Axes. Let's see if you're vulnerable.
Out of my way!
Here I go!
Nope.
I will not be defeated.
Staff. Yep. It's probably what the other two guys are vulnerable to as well, actually.
Let's do this!
Took that guy out.
Thank you!
As well as steal some gold.
Victory shall be mine!
My turn.
Ow.
Let your wounds be healed.
Or would be out if I didn't have that.
My turn now.
How about you? Not bad.
Broken and killed.
A passing.
So naturally, being a Square Enix game, this game is reminiscent of a lot of other ones, especially in the Final Fantasy series. Wait a minute, Flames Grace. Okay, so I actually do want to go north for now. Alright. Crap.
Ready or not?
So it especially steals a lot from the earlier Final Fantasies, which I suppose is no surprise.
Here I go!
The fact that you can't swap your protagonist is kind of like Final Fantasy IV with Cecil, where you can't ever swap him out. Now, I think it's better done in that game than this one, because this one it's kind of an arbitrary choice. There's no real story for the main character other than you just decided to pick that main character.
How about you?
So it feels a little more artificial in this game to have a one protagonist that you can't get rid of.
My turn now.
Let's see. Let's go with 76. But I mean, Tressa's stuck in my party for the duration of this adventure. I can't ever swap her out. And you kind of expected that with Final Fantasy IV because Cecil was the one the story was based around. The whole thing revolved around his choices, his story, what he decided to do, where he was going. But in this one, there's no protagonist whose story is more important or more worldly affecting than any other. So it feels like they shouldn't have done it that way. And
What to do?
I kind of understand why they did it that way, because otherwise, what's the difference? I mean, there would be no reason to play it through again, I guess, because it would be exactly the same as any other playthrough, but other than what you differentiated in multi-classes and the special classes, but is that really any different than any other Final Fantasy or any other RPG? I mean, I go back and play Final Fantasy VI every once in a while, and I do it differently. You know, sometimes I like to make Terra a melee girl with the Ragnarok and the Illuminator. I think it's the Illuminator. Illuminati, whatever the hell they call it. A sword you can trade the Ragnarok for.
Let us fight with honor.
That cast Pearl. But, you know, sometimes I'll do that to Loki. I'll make him my melee monster. And I'll make Terra a magic caster.
The battle is truly joyous.
Or I'll emphasize different characters. Like, sometimes I'll favor Saban a lot, because I just happen to like his blitzes and stuff, even though they're kind of annoying to do sometimes. Sometimes I'll favor Edgar because I like his tools, and he can become a Dragoon along with Mog. So, you know, at times it's like, oh hey, let's favor Mog this time and get him to be a really jumping frickin' Dragoon around here.
Here I go.
You know, so you can do different kinds of things in that game. So I don't really see any particular reason for them to force you to have a protagonist, because you can still play the game differently every time you do it. I mean, you can multi-class differently, you can decide an order, you could have 4 major characters that are your main 4. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff differently, so I don't think there was really a reason for them to designate, you know, that you can't swap out that character. And wow, Cyrus looks good attacking that, doesn't he? So I'm not sure there was really a point to that. Yay, Ophelia level up. So I think I would have liked it a little bit better if they hadn't have done that, and they just gave you the choice of swapping out who you wanted when you wanted. So here's another little cave system thing, side dungeon. I'm of course not going to go in there yet. That guy on the bottom there is a kobold, and unfortunately he has very high evasion, so it's unlikely I'll be able to hit him with anything. Unfortunately, you can see up in the turns there, he goes next, so there's not really anything I can do to stop him from fleeing other than hope that he doesn't, and maybe land a hit on him with this. So I landed 1 hit. Unfortunately, I didn't land both hits, and he's probably going to flee. Damn. So if you actually kill that kind of enemy, they give you a massive boost to experience and gold. I mean massive. I would have gained like 3 levels right there from that guy. But unfortunately, he usually flees to start the fight, and there's not a whole hell of a lot you can do about it. It's kind of like the magic pot in Final Fantasy VI. I mean, if you don't kill it or stop it from running away right away, then you don't stop it from running away right away.
May the sacred flame shine forth.
Okay, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna fire some people, because firing is fun.
Flames, rain, rock. Now
There we go. Killing it without
I
breaking
grow
it.
stronger.
What are the odds of that? Okay, what was I talking about? Okay, I'm not going to go in that bonus dungeon thing yet because it would probably kick my ass. And I don't feel like getting my ass kicked at the moment. Now, after I get everyone in the party, that will obviously be one of the first things I do is I go around and do the side dungeons. Or try to do the side dungeons. Damn it, you are so useless, Albert. You're gonna die. Abide. No, not an icicle.
What to do?
No, at least you're not completely useless. Ow.
What's the logical course of action?
Everybody's weak to fire, everybody gets fired.
I'll not be defeated.
Two are weak to holy, you get holy.
I'll not be defeated.
So yeah, I'm trying to talk about other things and then I'm getting sidetracked because I actually have to pay attention a little bit now that I've got 4 people in the party and I'm fighting these battles with 4.
What is the logical course? You should have studied harder.
Ah, Tressa. Good. Wanted that, 800, that's pretty nice, like that. And over here to this.
Let us fight with honor.
An interesting dialogue.
Everybody's weak to lightning.
All light. Smite them down.
Indeed.
Now then. Ah!
My turn now.
You are kind of useless right now, Tressa. Can't really collect for anybody. So we're just going to attack.
My turn now.
Cleric skills. I got an idea. Why don't you break that? There. Now everybody's
Have at
broken. Just in time for Oberic to smash you. Wow, that was pretty
Not be
powerful.
defeated.
Let's just attack here.
Now, what next?
I'm gonna lightning bolt and this should end the fight. Yeah.
You should have studied harder.
And then the other game that this is most like in the fact that you can swap jobs around as much as you want, it's kind of reminiscent of Final Fantasy 3, but the most recent one I played with that is Final Fantasy 5. I know they had a job system in like Final Fantasy 9 or somewhere around there, but I did not play that one, so the most recent experience I have with job swapping around, aside from Final Fantasy 12, is Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy 12 the International Zodiac version, which I have played. The most recent experience I have then is Final Fantasy 5. So this is very reminiscent of that in that you get passive skills that you can swap around from learning the other jobs. It's not quite the same thing because in Final Fantasy 5 you can actually swap over some of the attacks, whereas in this one you cannot swap more. Other than passive skills, you can only use the 2 sets of attacks that your 2 dual classes have currently. Analyze stuff. Ow.
Victory shall be mine.
Well, my guess is nobody's going to be weak to a sword or anything.
Well then.
Ouch. A couple might be weak to holy. Actually, only this one can be weak to holy. And again, I know that because, well, Yeah, I know that because Holy and Shadow are furthest to the right in the chain, so the only one that could possibly be vulnerable to any sort of magic other than him, but he couldn't be vulnerable to Holy, so he's the only one that can be vulnerable. He's not, but... I guess at this point I'm not that worried about dying. Given that this is still an open area. Oh, so there's fire.
Victory shall be mine.
Let's try a spear. Nope, still not
My
weak.
turn now.
Collect from somebody, I guess. Let's see if you...
Thank you.
Not really worth it.
I'll do my best. There. Ah.
What is the
Most likely all weak to bows.
Oh, flames, rain, rock.
Ah.
Have at you.
Alright, let's see. Maybe you can do a spear. Aha.
What to do?
And you're probably weak to a bow. No, you're not weak to a
Must
bow.
be defeated.
Jeez, I wonder what he was weak against.
Ah. Let your wounds be healed.
But anyway, as I was
Oh,
saying,
flames,
Final Fantasy V is really most reminiscent of this
Victory
in
shall
terms
be
of
mine.
the dual class system, or at least what I had experience with.
Son,
What to do?
And the animation, of course, is most reminiscent of Final Fantasy VI. But there's not nearly as many spells and skills as there were in that game. Everybody in Final Fantasy VI pretty much had a job. I mean, like, it was better in the Japanese version, I think, but like everybody was designated a job. Cyan was a samurai, or not a samurai. What the hell was he? Yeah, he was a samurai. No, he wasn't a samurai. He was a... I don't remember what they called him in there. This is gonna suck. Let's see if I can run away. Yay! I ran away because Cyrus is out of mana. I don't really want to fight anybody else at the moment. I'll get down to town and get the next person. Freaking course,
let
there's
us
one right
fight
there.
with honor.
Well then,
Well, I should be able to get away easily enough. Here we go. So here we are at the next village. There is Hennet somewhere over here. Yep, standing around looking silly. She is our hunter, so she uses bows and axes. Let's see if there's anything around here worth doing. Damn it. Headgear. The game is telling me to go get the thief. So I think that I'm going to end up swapping Olberic out for this part, just because everything around here is going to be weak to the bow and possibly lightning magic, so Olberic is not going to be as useful as he was in the other places. None. Here we go, scrutinize. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Finally. Well, she she sucks. Can't guide that one. Where is my hidden item? Ah, crap. Is this a hidden item inside the house? It is. 25 or higher. Crap. Hey, Elder, thanks for letting me in your house. Ooh, arcane bow. Hidden item again. Oh, I guess it's right here. It's kind of hard to see the exclamation point on the map. God damn it. Here we go. No. Wow, 36%. I'm gonna say no. Arcane hatchet. Injurious seed. Might as well buy those. I mean, it's such a little cost, who cares? And this is Hannet, or whatever. So see, this is where we have to swap somebody out, and I could probably get away with swapping out anybody I wanted, but I'm probably going to swap out Alberic, because number one, those two are the counterparts, and number two, he's not really going to be useful here. Yeah, I guess we'll hear the beginning of the tale. I mean, why not? So I'm going to speed through this a bit. Basically, she's talking to her master because her master is departing on a hunt somewhere, and he never comes back.
It will behoove me to leave.
A joke, as always. Will thy journey be long, master?
And I kind of talk in ye olde English,
A good question.
which is kind of annoying after a
The
little while.
request cometh from none other than the knights Ardent. The hunt will taken us to distant lands, and the beast we pursue is a fearsome.
Me pursuing? I wonder if they actually did any research before
I
they
see.
did some of this. They probably did, but
Looking not so glum, girl. I'm no tyro with green arrows and bruises on his bow arm. I'll do the deed. That before 2 moons have passed.
how long is 2 moons?
Still no smile? What is it?
'Tis not the hunt that concerneth me.
Oh, and I forgot to mention the master has a gambling problem. Yeah.
Oh, here and there, mayhap.
Thou forgettest or feignst ignorance, so I will remind thee. On the last hunt, thou gambledest away thy purse, and came back a poorer
Gambledest?
man than thou left.
Poor in coin, mayhap. Yes, I did make a few wagers at the arena in Victor's Hollow.
I kind of want to go there now just to see that arena. I want to make a few wagers.
And learned that while I have a keen eye for assessing the strength of beasts, I am quite at a loss with men. A valuable lesson that was cheaply bought.
Not
So you should do horse
cheaply.
racing.
Eliza had to pay him thy debts, and thou only finishedst paying her back this last moon. Promise me, master, no more foolish gambling.
But what of the old hunter's saying? If the first arrow faileth, knock a second. Try again. Come now, girl. Thou art too young by half for such world-weary sighs. Must thou makest our parting so gloomy?
Gloomy, huh?
I turn to thee, Hagen. Looking after master, for he can rarely be bothered to looking after himself.
Gruff.
He knoweth good sense when he heareth it.
Oh yeah, their animals are intelligent, I suppose.
Growlest thou not at me, thou faithless turncoat?
Hail, Hanit. Have you come to see us up?
I guess
I
Elisa's
have
going
come
with
in
him.
to warn Master about straying from the path.
And I thank you for it. I do not have the leaves to pay another debt like that.
Have I not a single ally in this infernal village?
Nope.
I am your friend, but I am also a knight ardent, and your client.
Not for a moment, most honorable Lady Eliza of the illustrious Knights Ardent.
Fear not. I'll keep him out of trouble. I'll have him fill his evenings penning a detailed account of our adventures on the hunt.
So I actually like this story.
Taken care, and may thine arrows strike true.
I mean, at least she has a compelling reason to go out into the world, you know?
Thank you, my girl.
Master's gone, hasn't returned in a while, gotta go find him. I mean, it's logical, it makes sense. It's not like, say, Tressa, who just
A year
decides
has
to
passed since that
go out one day and be a merchant.
all that time.
I mean, it's actually a
Hanit,
problem, you know? She's going out to solve a
I
problem.
won't bore thee with any blather about the weather or the season. Who knoweth when this will even arrive? For
So
3
one letter.
months now, I have pursued the trail of the beast sought by the Knights Ardent. A beast by the name of Red Eye.
Hey, I wonder what the boss of her campaign will be.
That's
I don't know that for sure, by the way,
Leastwise,
but I'm just
as
assuming.
But on my father's bow, I swear 'tis the most vexing quarry I've ever had the misfortune to hunt him.
Hey, you get paid, right?
It eludeth mine every trap, and though thou may thinketh me mad for saying this, I swear it can even senseth every move I make. I know
A smart animal?
it is human
Whoa.
intelligence or pure animal instinct, but either way, it refuseth to be caught. Still, we appear to have annoyed it sufficiently that it is moving on to new pastures. Judging from its behavior, I believe it meaneth to make for the lands around Stoneguard. I will be frank with thee, my girl. Thou hast always been able to see through my The chase will be hard, and the hunt will not endeth soon. But fear not, for endeth it shall. And so
Spoiler,
ask
well,
me, my
no,
dear
I guess it's not a
princess,
spoiler alert. Spoiler,
look
yes,
after
he
the
failed.
village until I return. Oh, and be not a worrywart. Always thy friend and teacher, Xanta.
Never heard Master admitteth that any hunt would be difficult. Either this red eye is, or he stoppeth in every gambler's den from here to Stoneguard.
Man, where are these gamblers' dens?
But
I've been in
no.
how many cities so far,
Master
and I haven't
liketh
seen
to
any
act in
yet.
the fool, but when it, if he saith he will catch it,
Yeah. Your master is special. Ah, yes, and there is
Yes.
Lindy.
Master entrusted.
Actually, now that I think of it, some stuff is probably
Let's
going to be
visit.
weak to swords and spears, because that's what Lindy does. So maybe I should have kept O'Berry. Nah, whatever. This first round, it'll be easy enough. Let's see, go over here. Wait, I want to see what's in for sale here. Composite bow, wolf's bow. So I may go nuts and buy the soldier's longbow for her. I don't know yet. Definitely gonna buy a better bow, whatever it may be. Round shield, bronze helm, bronze armor. I hate buying bronze helms and bronze armor. Actually, why am I buying anything? I'm probably just gonna switch old Barrick's stuff over, so I don't really need to buy anything for her, except a bow. Oh, and a battle axe. we go to talk to this guy.
I am.
Hello.
I see.
She's bored. Old storyteller.
I'm asking you.
Yes.
Show them the ways of the hunt, by which he means go and kick their ass with your, yeah, so she can provoke people into battle, which is like challenging them.
Boy.
Huh, I guess I can provoke him. That's weird. All the villagers
Now,
say
let
some
us hunt
nonsense
him.
when you attack them with the Hanet. It's like, where did this monster
If thou
come from?
darest.
Lindy's not a monster. Anyway, you start with forest foxes and mossy beams. When I originally did this, I didn't realize that I could even use items and stuff. I thought I could only summon beasts, but turns out you can use anything. Now, Lindy is a 3-star monster, which means it's probably better than anything else at the moment. Woo!
What next?
Schooled.
I honor thee, my calling.
So I'm doing this both to help Hanet level a little bit and because I have the hidden item in here. And see, this is an example of the thief box. Only a thief can open that.
Hey ho.
So if I remember, when I get the thief, I'm coming back here to open that. So pretty much, oh, tavern. Oh, I guess it's not gonna let me do it yet. Never mind. I was gonna swap equipment over. So of course, where Hanet
Now,
is
let us
different
hunt
is that
him.
you can only hold a finite amount of creatures.
Coming, if thou
At
darest.
this point in the leveling process, Lindy 3-star monster is good enough to kill anybody in this village.
Coming, if thou
Later on, there's monsters with varying levels that you can catch, but you can only hold, I think it's 6 at one time, plus Lindy. You can
coming,
always.
if thou darest.
So, and capturing
Thou
is
didst fight with
like doing the collect thing or stealing in a battle. The percentage depends on whether or how low health the monster is, just like anything else, or how many boost points I use and whether the monster is broken yet.
Excellent.
So it makes Hanet versatile, more versatile than Old Barrack in these kind of challenges, but it can also screw her over monumentally if it turns out that you're provoking someone that you have no weaknesses for. And she can even
Let us
catch things with
begin.
elemental powers,
What
but
next?
it's so situational that it's almost not worth it.
What next?
I honor thee, my calling.
And I've already found a couple monsters in my other save up to the point that like 5 or 6 stars.
Now then.
But you know, there's only a couple
So-
attacks, and then,
Oh.
of course, if you actually want that monster to be caught, then later on you have to come back and do it later and catch him again. So that's kind of an annoyance. So I kind of wish they had just given it infinite attacks. Like Lindy, like you catch something and you get it till you let it go. I know why they didn't do that, but I've heard a lot of people say Hanet is very versatile because of the capture, but I just don't see it at the moment because it's more of an annoyance than anything else. Because you always have a finite amount of attacks. It's more useful in actual battle, but it's not as useful when you provoke things. So right now they're talking about some client coming in because a monster is ravaging around, and of course that is the boss of our campaign here.
Egad!
This little part of it. There's a monster that's been running around amok,
Splendid.
and you have been chosen to go hunt it
I
down.
am ready.
I'm asking you.
Fair.
Well met.
I do like that they went out of their way to put Lindy on the floor over there, but after this you kind of never ever see the cat
No.
again, except when you summon her in battle.
Eh. Yes.
This bodeth ill.
Well, actually,
A Gisarma. I've never heard of that.
Truly.
I am ready.
Of course. So her intro's a bit shorter than some of the other ones, like Cyrus had him running back and forth between the academy and blah 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 blah. So this one is just, hey, go kill this thing. Simple and straightforward. Now, Mr. Merchant here will allow me to unequip the stuff I don't need on Alberic. How do I do? Oh, plus button. That's right. It's been a little while. Yeah, move that. So we have Hanette with battle axe, round shield, the silver hairpiece, and the silver vest. And I'm debating going nuts and getting her the soldier bow because I know I'm going to buy one eventually, and when she's not in my party, Tressa can use it. So, or I can get the soldier's longbow for Tressa and then give it to Hanette when I'm not using it. Yeah, we're going to buy a soldier's bow. For now, we're going to give it to Hanette. Should have some stuff to sell as well. Ugh. Copperfield pouch. Hand axe. Longbow. Who the hell's wearing the buckler? Ophelia. Buy a round shield here for Ophelia. Go sell the buckler. I'm keeping the captain's sword for the moment because the thief uses swords and the thief likes to be speedy, so that's a good sword for the thief to use. It actually sells for a decent chunk of money there, so. Okay. Looks like everything's set. Save here for now. Danger level 11. Crap.
Now, let us hunt him.
Woo! Oh, I was
What is
wrong.
the logical
Would be
course?
stuff weak to bows.
So much to learn.
Ah. Holy smokes.
Do this!
Well then. Let your wounds be healed.
That was slightly more powerful than I was expecting there.
What next?
What is the logical course of action? So much to learn.
Crap.
My turn now.
That boar is
What next?
way more powerful than it should be at this point.
I will not be defeated.
Oh, let's summon my knight.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god. One shot it.
What is the logical course of action?
What to do?
That is definitely a hell of a lot more powerful than I thought it was going to be.
Let me
Let's
help.
get Ophelia back up here.
Come in, if thou darest.
Well then.
Holy smokes.
Let your wounds be healed.
Alright, so we're gonna nuke shit.
Oh, flames, rain strong.
What to do?
Crap.
Come in, if thou darest.
True Strike. True Strike is a very good skill. It's actually critical. Good lord, it's still alive. Holy flipping hell.
Thank you.
Well, at least I'm gonna steal a bunch from it.
An interesting dilemma.
Healing Grape.
How about this?
Come in, if thou darest.
So Lindy, sweet. Yes, that's what I wanted.
I'll do my best. Let your wounds be healed.
Hopefully it doesn't body bash him. Crap. Okay, that didn't hurt quite as much.
I will not be defeated.
So here we're gonna break both of them. Bash him for now.
What to do?
Break that.
Come in, if thou
Hopefully,
darest.
and that can get rid of that. Yes, alright. So now we just got me and the boar have been trying to kill him. Finally. Good lord. Yeah, that's a little bit of evidence of how tough that fight was, and I got up to level 5 in one fight. Yeah. So the first time I encountered the boar usually is in the side area. That boar is definitely not really supposed to be in this. So if I'm going to be fighting boars, this could be a lot more
Let
painful.
my arrow fly and true.
Okay, so you're vulnerable to that.
What to do?
You're vulnerable to spears.
Now, what next?
Scholar skills. Fireball.
Oh, flames, rage strong.
My turn now. Yeah.
So I should have tried to catch that more now that I think about it. Oh well. Hindsight's 20/20.
Now, what next?
So Lindy's sweep is a sword attack. Try to kill a bunch of these here. Kill 2 of them, right?
Thank you. Well then. Let your wounds be healed.
What is the logical course of action?
Whack.
Here I go. Thank you.
So Hannah
If that
can also boost her beast lore and her summons, so that's kind of good.
I'll do my best. Here I go.
I'm gonna beat him down.
I am not made for such battles.
So Hannah leveled up again. Yeah, if I see another boar. Oh no, this could be a short game. Let me see.
standest thou against me, then be hunted.
I surprised my foe. How surprising.
An interesting dilemma.
Very interesting indeed. Let's analyze the other guy's weakness. Holy!
Let's do this.
Unfortunately, oh, Trissa can almost hit him. There we go.
Well then,
Well, you are going to luminous both those.
Letting my arrow fly in true.
Then you are going to go nuts on him.
Letting my arrow fly in true.
And then we are going to go nuts on lightning bolts. Huh, he's still
here
here.
I go. Thank you. My turn now. The flame guides
There we
us
go.
true.
If another boar shows up, I'm going to try and catch it. Wait, I was going over there for a reason, wasn't I? Crap.
Letting us begin.
Oh, well, let's lightning bolt all these.
All lightning, smite them down.
Come in, if thou darest.
Here I go. Well then,
Well then, indeed. Meh.
What is the logical course of action?
I don't know. What is the logical course of action? Logical course of action is to nuke everybody with lightning bolts again. I like the animation on that lightning bolt.
Letting my arrow fly in true.
Whack.
here I go. Thank you. I will not be defeated.
Thwack. I think I may try to capture this
What is the
one.
logical course of action?
Think not.
Come in, if thou darest.
It's probably not worth it. Huh? Yeah, I'll capture it.
I honor thee, my quarry.
So at any time, you can take a look at what pets you have and how many summons they have left. So the Mossy Meep heals, the Forest Fox just attacks, and Rat does double shot, although it doesn't tell you it attacks twice in this particular screen, which is a little bit annoying. Like, it doesn't tell you whether it's an AoE attack or whether they attack
I've
twice or
done
just
my
once. You just
research.
kind of have to know that.
Let's do this!
What is the logical course
Ow.
of action?
It's probably the lightning bolt stuff again.
Come in, if thou darest.
I'll not be defeated. May the sacred flame shine forth!
Here we go.
Let my arrow fly and true.
An interesting dilemma.
Kill them all, they should be dead.
My turn now! Thank you! I'll not be defeated. Let your wounds be healed.
Alright, everybody's healed.
Let's do this! You got more than you bargained for.
There we go. Oh, Ophelia got a level up. Kind of cool. Going down. Shoot.
Now, let us hunt.
At least I've only seen that boar once. Maybe with a lightning bolt.
What to do?
That way I can enter next round with
Well,
everybody
then.
broken. My cleric can go
Oh, sacred light!
whoosh,
Let in the hunt.
and that can make
Come in, if thou darest.
forget what they do. Slash, attack all, no attack. I guess if I'm gonna do it, it should be this guy. Fireball.
Flames rage strong.
You should have studied harder.
There we go. So let's save here. Whisperwood. Ah, dead animals and dead people. So basically we're hunting the Gosarma because it's not part of the forest.
This bodeth ill. If thou wilt, thou hast. Unacceptable.
forest is in danger. Oh my god. Ah, now Tressa's starting to find a little bit more money. Probably need to give Cyrus some plums so I can keep magicking my way out of situations.
There is no choice.
Holy heck, I don't remember that guy.
What is the logical course of action?
The logical course of action is to see whether you have any elemental weaknesses. Wind.
My turn now. My turn now.
Well, you can't really do much at this point. Ah.
Let in my
Spank.
arrow fly and true. Let in my arrow fly and true.
What is the logical course of action?
Logical course of action is, again, to analyze. See what you have. Sword.
Here I go. I'll do my best.
Eat him. Oh. That was weak.
Up now the true lesson. Oh, flames, rage strong.
Huh.
Here I
I
go.
was kind of hoping that wouldn't die there because I was going to try to capture it.
Thank you.
Coming, if thou darest.
Oh well. Double strike. Nah, I've already got enough of those. And you have no control over Lindy, obviously, but she seems to have pretty good odds of attacking with the weakness, if the weakness does exist. Or of AoEing, if there's an AoE. There's many, many mobs that are weak. So it's kind of like they put the AI in there pretty well. Woo! All vulnerable to the same kind of stuff.
Oh, light, smite them down.
Let's do this.
So, not really weak to anything Tressa can do here. Those chances suck, so just hit something.
Let in my arrow fly and true.
Axe.
I'll not be defeated.
Everything's broken.
Let in my arrow fly and true.
Kinda want it just because it's attack all, so.
My turn now. Thank you.
Nuke!
Thus,
I'm kinda glad they didn't make boosts, make abilities cost more in terms of spell points, because then Cyrus would suck. Oh, right, that's where I came from. Ah, I'm gonna turn around.
I will battle.
Right, all weak to swords.
interesting dilemma.
Yeah, very interesting.
Much to learn.
Damn it, swords and daggers. This is Thiefville.
Let's do this.
Crap.
Gats, that was close.
Let in my arrow fly and true.
You tried that already. There we go.
My turn now.
Well, let's try Holy.
Oh, sacred light!
No. Booty.
An interesting dilemma. Each to live.
Oh my god, they're not vulnerable to magic at all.
Letting my arrow fly in true.
That's gonna suck. Oh well. Since they're all weak to swords. Let's see, is arrows your other one? Yes, it is.
My turn now.
Staff your other one?
Well then,
No. Nah.
here I go! Thank you!
You know, I don't think I've ever caught that guy before.
Now the true lesson begins.
Kinda don't want to
All
move them
light,
all.
smite them down.
Ah, crap.
Thus ends your lesson.
Oh well. Let's see if anybody can get skills yet. 2 of you. Well, the next 2 areas are in the desert, so we're gonna go with Blizzard. Elemental augmentation. Ah, yes, that is very nice. I think I'm going to equip evasive maneuvers now. Because if nothing else, I can always just wander around a little longer to get stuff. Thunderbird, not that useful. I mean, it's lightning. Leg hold trap. Haven't really seen. Well, I mean, it puts him at the end of the turn, but that's really all it does. Mercy Strike. This is, of course, more useful for catching mobs because it'll leave them alive. Arrow Storm. The problem with both Rain of Arrows and Arrow Storm, I talked about this a little bit with Olberic, is that they miss a hell of a lot of the time. So I might do a Rain of Arrows, and if it attacks all 8 times, I might hit 3 or 4 of them. I mean, so to me, it's not worth it. True Strike is probably her best ability aside from the Divine skill. Take Aim. Haven't really found a lot of use for that either. So it's probably going to get Take Aim and Thunderbird. Now where Hanat does excel is her support skills are awesome. Like this one. This is basically preemptive strikes. So that's really awesome. So that's where Hanat does excel, is that facet, is her passives. The hunter passives are quite good. I seem to remember there being a hidden path. Here we go. Bronze Vest. Well, if nothing else, I can sell it. Then there's that up here.
Ready or not, here I come!
More rats.
My turn now.
Oh, holy damage.
May the sacred flame shine forth!
Now, what next?
Lightning damage.
What next?
Here I go!
I'm gonna break everything and then have Cyrus hopefully wipe them out. Like this.
Not bad. A passing.
Nat and Tressa both leveled up there, so that was pretty nice. Energizing pomegranates. So there's where the boss is. You can kind of see it up there in the corner. And of course there's a traveling merchant that just happens to be there. So if I'm gonna plan to fight that next, I need to do some healing. Oh yes, you can heal and do. You can only heal outside, or not can only, but you can heal outside of battle as long as somebody has the cleric or apothecary classes, just like any regular game that you care to name. Alright, let's go here. I don't know what kind of ads are going to be in this fight, because when you do your first quest, it's generally solo. Rawr.
Not acceptable.
Hey, an arrow. Poor wolfies.
I see.
Rawr.
Come in here, if this beest thy will.
Man, does that look ugly. Holy crap, 8 to break? Wow. Be analyzing you for a while, trying to get your weaknesses.
Well then.
Frost. Oh, cool, I got the double hit. This should be fun. I'm gonna be summoning her knight here. Holy smokes. Got the weaker bow. Yeah.
Come in, if thou dare.
Looks like 2 more magic ones. Untamable, of course, and why the hell would I want to tame that anyway? Double strike, attack haul. So I'm going to do double strike. Try and get it broken a little faster. I guess I really don't need to analyze anymore. Because I know it's weak to ice, and ice is what I have blizzards, so... Fortunately, though, if I don't do that, you're going to be useless, so I'll just ice one here.
Pierce them through.
Come in, if thou darest.
Yeah. Oh, no, I can just do this again. I want to break them before the next attack, because you can see he gets 2 attacks, and I only get 1 with my cleric between the 2, so I'm going to double strike.
Here I go.
And then bow with you,
I'll not be defeated.
and now I can heal with Ophelia. God.
Let your wounds be healed.
Now I get a full round to do whatever.
Letting the hunt beginning.
Why not?
Holding back nothing.
I am going to do a full power true strike.
Aim and carefully, shoot true.
Damn, that does a lot of damage.
An interesting dilemma.
And keep in mind, she shouldn't be doing that a lot of damage because she's low level, but that attack is just so powerful because it crits. I doubt one blizzard's gonna wipe it out. So blizzard it is.
Let's do this. Thank you.
Woohoo, 3,200.
I'm not
Hells yeah.
defeated.
Oh, that's why, because its defense has been blown up for a turn. However many turns.
My turn now.
Okay. Merchant skills. No.
Come in, if thou darest.
So double strike is turning out to be pretty useful. Man, I should have caught one more of those. Ice wind.
Oh, ice! Pierce them through!
My turn now.
I'm gonna summon my Knight Ardent back.
What to do?
Love it. Okay, so you can see he's gonna attack again. Unfortunately, can't really break him this turn. So,
Come in, if thou darest.
I can break him now, but it's not a good choice to break him now, so I'm just gonna get him down to 1 and then set things up.
My turn now. Let your wounds be healed.
Ah, shit, forgot about that.
What is the logical course of action?
Well, since we're here,
The tempest of ice shall rage!
that's probably actually good because now I can still attack while he's debuffed. Yeah. Slice, here we
What
go.
to do?
Tressa, what can you do? You know what, you're gonna donate a battle point to Annette.
For you.
And the reason I did that, of course, is because so that Annette can go like this and True Strike the bastard again. And that's the end of that.
I honor thee, my quarry.
Whew! So that wasn't very difficult. Because it was solo, of course. Ah, died.
Thy life is given not in vain. Thou art of the forest now, and in the forest naught is lost.
I killed something.
Come in, my friend. The animals that eateth the grass becometh food for the animals that eateth meat. The eaters of meat in their turn feedeth those yet strong. And when the strongest of all dieth, his life is returned to the forest. His
Yeah,
flesh
cycle of
feedeth the
life.
soil.
The Lion King,
Yes.
la da da.
His blood. He becometh the food of the plant eaters, and the circle beginneth once more. Lives entwined, a tapestry.
You know, we never see Lindy hunt.
To surviving and honoring those. As long as he speaketh only of hunting, he is the wisest of.
Yes, the wisest of men. Of course he is.
If only that.
Good day.
Well,
Ah, yes,
Yes.
gravestones.
thou hast my.
But of course.
Yes, leave their carcasses to rot in the sun, or the shade as it would be. Uh-oh, plot twist.
Just so.
So this is where she decides to leave. Save now that I've beaten the pants off the Gasarma. Rest for 0. Always a good thing to rest for 0. And then we get the dramatic leaving scene.
So
Of course I am. What are you, nuts?
Hagen here cameth seeking my help. In his letter, he said he was bound for Stonegard. We shall begin our search there.
I pray it is no more serious than an ill-founded wager that left him unable to pay up his innkeeper. For a Hagen who cometh all this way alone, I cannot help but fear the worst. Prithee.
We will.
and Don, nothing foolish. Don as Santa saith, child, not as he would doeth.
Thank you, Chief. We shall be back before the next moon, with Master at our side. Stayest
Wow, she's boastful. Even more boastful than her master. His master was originally like, I'll be back in 2 moons. Now she's like, I'll be back in 1 moon. They're going to have a cutscene at the end where her child says, I'll be back in no moons. Wahaha. Alright, so let's check out the quests here.
Hello there.
Oh, I forgot how to do that one. Bag giant boar. There's a drop from the boars that you have to give him, I believe. And this is a guide quest. You have to guide her to Boulder Fall. And I guess I could just take her with me because I think Boulder Fall is where I'm going next. But it's much easier to quick travel back here once I've gotten to Boulder Fall. I notice Hanet's chapter 2 is level 27. I think that is the highest of any of them. I don't know why it's so much higher than everybody else. I mean, we got 23, 22, 24. I think everybody else is the low 20s, and then you've got her over here with 27. Like, what the hell happened here? Huh. You know, I never noticed the boats were actually moving. It's kind of a cool bit of animation, isn't it? And it's a big world. Though I guess it's most of it is just wandering around, so I mean, well, I guess Hilberic is level 27 as well, so I guess those two are the highest. anyway, we're going to save here. And now that I've got Hanat, who's going to stay in my party for the next one, I think. Because the next one... Well, the next one is the Thief, so I could take either Hanat or Operic and be successful. Might keep Hanat in my party for another one. Anyway, that is going to be all for this session right now. Now that we've gotten our 5th hero. Next time we will be going to get the Thief. And off I go for now. See you next time.